alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Oh, that's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Oh, that's okay. I don't care. I've got
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone. I don't. Don't stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I leave. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave
happened?
me alone.
What-
Please leave me alone. Please, stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I
It's
don't.
not about
Stop
stress.
stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I leave.
No. Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you.
What
I don't ever
happened?
want to alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then cool, it's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. How does this make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
You want,
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give
get
a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
How does this make you feel? You're filming my father.
These are the Charles Perry Stalker Podcast. This is Cynthia Ortiz. It is the 30th of October, 2023. And did we not say enough times that you hacked my Dasher app and you used it to have me pulled over? Or now followed by a cop? Or get her on the dash cam? What is the purpose of that? Taking pictures of me in Oklahoma, just doing normal things normal people do, like working? You claim you're not stalking. You claim you're not a human trafficker. You claim you're not exploiting women and children. You claim you're not abusing women and children, and that you're not a criminal. And I'm sorry, but I'm seeing the opposite. You know what people don't like? Corruption. The defunding police movement should have let you know they don't like corruption. You know what women don't like? Skank men who can't get a date the normal way. They got some kind of weirdo vibe or something, or they're just ugly, or they're just gross, and they can't get a date the normal way, so they force themselves on women who don't like them. That was the Me Too movement. You had polling show crime is second on the list people want stopped. And you can't figure out why you get told on is all you get for 10 years. Every day threatens me. I'm gonna get you. Who told on me? Is it Beverly? Is it your mom? Is it your family? Is it your kids? Oh my God. Is it Jim? Is it Al? Okay, I'll never fucking help you, you fucking bitch. How dare you ask me of all people for help after what you've done? You're rejected every day for a decade. I rejected you and I left. In 2013, you need to stop being a pussy and move on, like everybody else can do. You're pathetic, you embarrass me, you're disgusting to me, and it's enough, and everybody's sick of you. We are getting the help with information from right inside your inner circle of crime. You know why? People are sick of you. A lot of people are just fucking sick of you. Who's Muffin Man to you? Who's Monique today? Who's Monique to you and where's she now? Who is Betancourt? Who's Blankenship Desiree? Who's Sanjay to you? Who's the Muffin Man to you? All those names we got from your inner circle, pissed off at you. This is enough. This is enough. I moved twice to get away from you and to never again have to hear what you think or how you feel or what you want. And everybody is sick of you. And why you can't get that, we don't know. But we quote you guys every day. We have your names, we have your code words. You can't name one of my guys that gets me that. I can't do that by myself. There's no way. There's no way. How in the world do you think I could do that by myself? We got a recording of you telling somebody the other day she has superpowers, and you said it with a straight face, and the guy was like, "Oh my God, come on now. You have Huntington's disease. You know how we found out you have Huntington's disease? It makes you fucking cuckoo bird. You shove that in our face, we can't miss it. You can't hide that. It's not going to get better. It will only get worse. You're going to get wackier and wackier and wackier until that disease finally kills you dead. And you can't miss it. You can't talk to this guy for more than a minute and tell that he's not wacky as shit. 1 minute, check the docket. Why would I want to do that? You like looking at the docket, Mr. Perry. Go look at the docket. My guys want to put you in jail for what's on that docket. Okay, you had 3 chances. I guess somebody scolded you the other day. You're under police surveillance. There's no superpowers. You dumb son of a bitch. You open your mouth and you can't miss your disease. You know why we found out? Because you are pissing people off with your cruelty. I am sick and tired. Mr. Barry has Huntington's disease. It makes you delusional. It makes you paranoid. It makes you hallucinate. It makes you psychotic. And you have impaired cognitive reasoning. Like you can't tell after 10 years when you do the crime to me. Voyeurism, hacking and cloning my phones and my computers. Following me around like a fucking ape. You're rejected. I don't like you. Right now, nobody does. Both sides are sick of you stressing everybody out. Why are you even in Oklahoma? Why are you somebody asked that. You know what? This guy wants to run for office. What a nutbag. Let me tell you something. If I was going to run for office and somebody accused me of stalking, I'd stay as far away from that person as I could possibly stay so there's no further accusations. What does he do? Fucking idiot. Goes up to Oklahoma where the accuser is and they can't get him to leave. And then goes around, I'm not stalking her. Why are you in Oklahoma? Then he introduced himself to her family and her friends, or not friends, but co-workers, who are all strippers. He's hanging out with strippers all the time. He's a church deacon who's married in a state where he doesn't live and they can't get him to fucking leave. And he interjects himself into her life. He's watching in her house and then going around telling everybody all like it's making it sound like it was a date or something. Like they had a conversation. There's no conversations. He's invading her privacy. He's getting that information from voyeurism and hacking her phone and acting like they're a couple. Yeah, but everybody started thinking something was wrong with him when 6 years later, 6 years, now we're at 9, this was 6 years into it, nobody's seen them together. Because they're not together. He's wacky Jackie. She's trying to get she's trying to get a protective order, and he take the fucking hint already. So the only thing you get is told on. Dumb. We're all sick of this. You don't understand. We get the help, you get caught. That's all you get. You get told on. Why is it different, though, when you do it to me? Because this hasn't happened with any of the victim you've had. You sold me to a guy named Larry, who's an investor in Houston, real estate. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I'm not going to be trafficked, you fuck. Why would you do that? Why the hell would you fucking do that? That means I'm going to go get raped every day? You think I'm going to go willingly to do that? Go get raped every day? I said no. When we quote you every day, what does that mean? You don't even know. You're such a nutbag, you don't know what it means that we quote you guys. Every day, all day long, we have your code words, we have your names of your people, and we got Beverly's name from Beverly being talked about. Somebody else was talking about her, and Beverly said, I wish she had worn the same shoes and this whole thing would be over. Beverly's on your side. I'm like, over for who? Because I'm going to go get, what you wish on me, Beverly, is that I'm going to go get raped every day. It's not over for me. It's over for you. Do you really think so? I know your name. I know Betancourt's name. I know Tim, Greg, Larry. Any of the victim have all that information? Papa John's means to make delivery of a victim to the buyer. You did know it's illegal to sell humans. In the United States of America, we don't do that. Crime is second on the list of things people are sick and tired of. Defunding police movement, Me Too movement, should have filled you in a little bit. People are sick of the corruption, and they're sick of men being abusive to women. And we don't put up with that now. We don't tolerate that now. We're a civilized society. And you're fucked when you did it to me. And I told you that in 2016. You've gotten away with this all your life. Not this time. Watch this. At that point, I already had the McNamara email, and I already had the Fabian puzzle. None of your other victims have stuff like that. And it didn't occur to you it's different this time? Why? Why is it different? So, your guy says, I am sick and tired of watching that little bitch, that pathetic nobody, terrorize her and try to ruin her. Make sure she finds out he's got Huntington's disease. He doesn't want her to know. The cruelty is making me want to barf. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So make sure she finds out. You think he's the only one? You get told on is all you get. So how many times have we said in these podcasts over and 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 over? They cloned my phone. They hacked my Dasher app. They used my Dasher app to have their buddies call in orders. I take the order to the guy's house and he gets a picture of me on the doorbell camera or the home security. Or they'll tell a cop, sit right here, she's going to drive by there to take the order. Get her on your dash cam or pull her over. There's so many pullovers, there's a list. We're in traffic court still from a ticket I got in January. It's almost been a year. And I wanted the list. And they refused to give it to me. So I'm like, it's a Brady violation. And you know what the fucking prosecutor said? She could get it through the Freedom of Information Act. Maybe. There is a list. And I can get it. But here's the thing. It's still a Brady violation because you're intentionally concealing it from me. And you can't do that. That is a Brady violation. There's no argument made in any brief anywhere that it's not exculpatory. My allegations are entrapment. Right? This is just a method of coercion. This is to pressure me to be complicit in Mr. Perry's criminal activity and to go be raped. That's all this is. Now, if that's not true, prove it in court. You prove it. Don't you have a case or something? Is that what docket you want me to check? Fuck you. Serve me properly. I'm not checking shit. You like looking at the docket, you go look at the docket. I think we've made it very clear that every time the police get a recording of you planning a criminal act against me, and I type it up in an email and I send it to your attorney, and your attorney takes that into a courtroom, who is it, Judge Egan, Judge Parker? I don't even know. And then you put it on the docket and say, this is evidence she's harassing us. That is exactly what we wanted you to do. I'm not going to leave it at that because we've already explained it. We've already explained why we did that. Okay, so Hansel and Gretel is doing just what you do with the DoorDash Act, and you did it again tonight. You also use it to keep me broke. Calvin never shuts up about it. Who's Calvin to you? Calvin, we hear, is bald and fat, and everybody hates his guts because he's an asshole. He's a fucking asshole. So we got his name that he's bald and fat. Here's the thing about that. Betancourt, Oscar, Bruce, Greg, Tim, Larry, Betancourt, Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Sonjay, Beverly. You know what? The fact that we have your names, that I've never met you, any of you that I know of. If you were smart, it would make you shit yourselves. But the thing is, you're not smart. So, things are a whole lot different when you do this crime to me. If I was running for office, or if I was an elected official, or if I had any plans at all to run for office, all your laundry is out there. Because you're asking people to hire you. Here's my character. Here's my ethics. Here's my morals. Here's my values. Please hire me. Here's my work ethic. I'll be there for you. I represent you. I want to hear what you think about what's happening in our district and in our state, in Texas, not Oklahoma. So, please, Mr. Perry, if you continue to contact me, don't complain when we continue to get evidence against you to put you in jail, so there's no more contact, because I asked you not to do that. Get some fucking manners. Get some class. Show some respect. I rejected you and I left. Grow a pair. Stop being a pussy and move on. Nobody feels sorry for you. We're getting help. You're getting told on. Alright, so if we have all those names and I've not met these people, how did I get those names? They came up in police recordings. Beverly's upset that Cynthia didn't wear the same shoes. How did she know what shoes I have? I've never met this person in my life. How the fuck does Beverly know my shoes? And why would Beverly wish that on me? Is she not a part of the Me Too movement? Does she think it's okay for women to get raped? Does she think it's okay for women to get starved? Jesus. Beverly. What is wrong with you? What in the fuck is wrong with you? That you would want that for another human being? I'll tell you what I was taught. When there's somebody hurting or being bullied or being hurt, stop the hurt. Make the hurt go away. And I've done that to the very best of my ability. In some ways by myself, in some ways I have help. It depends on what it is. It's a need to know. It is very important that people don't know who it is investigating you. You continue to do things to me, you continue to get caught. And you don't know why that is. You have no idea why that is. But as you can see, I can handle myself pretty fucking well. So there's a reason I was called to work on this team. There's a reason for that. I can handle myself under extreme prolonged duress pretty fucking well. So when you get pulled over by a cop and you're alleging entrapment, because there's already like 50 fucking pullovers, I'm exaggerating a little, that's not the exact number, but it's a lot, in a very short period of time, and I go into the courtroom and I say, I want the list from the prosecutor. And they say no. Wow, why? What are you hiding? What corruption is this? Because if you missed it, in case you missed it, the defunding movement should have sent you a very loud message that people are sick and tired of corrupt police. I buy the movie City of Lies. I bought it. I love to watch that movie. It makes me I have a lot of emotions when I watch that movie. Because if you know, my family comes from 4 generations of police. And my granddad was the chief of police in Roswell, and his mantra, or what I heard him say, is, as lawmen, we are called by God to relieve suffering caused by crime. There is only one thing a police officer is to do in their day-to-day duties. One thing. Relieve the suffering caused by crime. Relieve it. Put a stop to it. And I'm taught that all my life. And I'm watching this movie. It's the real true story of Russell Poole, who was a police detective who tried his very best, died trying literally to bring justice for Christopher Wallace, who was the notorious B.I.G. who was murdered. They basically have put this into what they found is what both him and Tupac Shakur, which they're 2 famous people you would think would get top priority in solving their murders, but they didn't. The reason for that is there was a lot of cops involved in this stuff. They did just solve Tupac's, and it did lead to the same thing that Russell Poole found, and that was that Suge Knight and Death Row Records were basically very wealthy thugs in organized crime. And these guys kind of wanted to get away from him. And he had hired some LAPD officers for his security, and some of them were involved in the murders. So that's why it kind of got buried. Russell Poole finds all this stuff, and he's trying to bring justice for B.I.G.'s Chris Wallace's mother. He promised her he would bring justice for the mama. And her heart was broken. She lost her boy. And there's no pain for a mother like losing your child. There's no pain like that. We can't understand it unless we've been through it. You can't. But I can tell you that as a mother, you can imagine. So he asks a reporter, if you call the police, do you trust that they will come here and help you? No, actually, in this day and age, we don't. We no longer put trust in police. We no longer put faith in police. We no longer respect police. I don't call locals for anything. Unless somebody's bleeding and dying, fuck it, I'm not calling them. They don't do their job here in Tulsa. Lucky Miller and Michael Neely of Manford Police tried to help me on a car vandalism complaint. 6 days later, Chief Miller was dead. Mike Neely is the one who took my complaint, and he's accused of being the killer. Well, being raised in police like I was raised, I'm looking at evidence because I don't believe it. The neighbors didn't believe it. Everyone's telling me the Texas Mafia after you, they did this. And I'm like, hey, let's wait, because now I feel like it's my fault. I don't want to hear this. Now I feel like it's my fault. I called this in. And it wasn't an easy decision for me. I paced the floor an hour and prayed, and God, should I call this in or not? They've messed with my car so much. I mean, there's been so much done to my car. Do I call it in or not? I'm asking you guys helping me. They're like, you have to make that you decide. It's your car. And you know we can't be there right now to get to you because it's a need to know. We can't let them know who we are. We're getting a lot done because they don't know who we are. The second they find out who we are, they're going to start impeding and obstructing and trying to intimidate and blah, blah, blah. They can't know who we are right now. So in some ways, I'm on my own. Right? Okay, so in other ways, I'm not. That's just the way it is right now. As you can see, I handle myself perfectly fine. So they go and I report it. 6 days later, Mike Neely's in jail. People are like, I think it's the Texas Mafia after you. I don't think he did this. And I'm like, please don't say that. I don't. Then it's my fault. Kind of. I shouldn't have called it in. I made the wrong choice. I never called this shit in. And then I'm looking at the docket. I'm reading his case. I'm keeping an eye on things. And the guys go and check over in Florida, find out what the fuck happened, and get in touch with me and go, he didn't do it. He was drugged. There's no way he did it. He slept through the whole thing. Well, sure shit, there's not a mark on him. So, where's Tulsa police? We don't leave one behind. Cop is family. I come from 4 generations of cop. He is a cop. He's an Oklahoma cop. So, we don't have any respect for you now. I file a police report against the stalker because the law requires me to. That police report ends up in the hands of the stalker, who then obstructed justice and destroyed my evidence. And you didn't give a shit. And had you prosecuted him for stalking or obstructing justice or destroying my evidence, by physical force prevented and delayed the reporting of a crime. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513 is federal law, but there's state law too. That usually is the same as the federal law. And where were you guys? You're too busy sitting on the motherfucking side of the road waiting for me to run by with my DoorDash order that you know I'm coming. Because Calvin had his buddy order. And Sanjay hacked my, it's Calvin and Sanjay do that, and we know that. And gets me on the dash cam or pulls me over. Now I need the list. Now there's a motherfucking list. You want to do this in court? Let's do this in court. I pretty much told that officer that, the one that gave me the ticket, I pretty much looked at him and said, I will see you in court. I'm not playing games with this. You know why? Because there's a dead Lucky and an almost dead framed Mike and an almost dead Cynthia. And you don't give a shit. And you shouldn't be a cop. Because cops are to relieve suffering caused by crime. You're to protect and serve. And you got a cop killed, and I don't have any patience left for you. I'll see you in court. So, I'm not going to be mean to an officer that pulls me over, but I'll be firm. And I'm going to court. Especially where it concerns Charles Perry, Mr. Bettencourt, David Robertson, all these people that I named. Because as much as we can get on the docket now, it's so much easier in his criminal case. Don't you think? There's a history here built that is public record. When it's public record, it's very difficult to get things suppressed. When you start running into evidence being suppressed, you run into more difficulty in getting a conviction. That's easier to do the more there's on the docket and it's public record and it can't be suppressed. Anybody and everybody can see it. Especially when they put it on the docket. So I asked for the list, and he says, yes, there's a list. Yes, she was pulled over and targeted a lot, pretty much harassed, but we won't give it to her. We're going to conceal it intentionally, even though we have a duty to disclose it. And as prosecutors, we have a duty, according to Brady rules, to turn it over to the defense. But we're not going to do that. She can get it through the Freedom of Information Act. That is a Brady violation, sir, because you have a duty to disclose it to this court and to give the evidence to defense, according to Brady rules. And when you intentionally conceal a material fact that could change the outcome of the deciding body, it is perjury by concealment, sir. So, by the way, when it pertains to Mr. Perry's involvement, we see that a lot. I've copied and pasted that now in 3 different briefs in 3 different court cases. So that's his MO. There's his fingerprint on this crime now. People don't like corruption, TBD. If you didn't learn that during the defunding movement, there's something wrong with you. Something very, very wrong with you. And that's why there are cops from somewhere else telling me sometimes what you say. Right? Or you guys all run around, how'd she find out about that? How'd she know about that? How did she find out? How did she know? Say it's hogwash one more time, Mr. Robertson, I dare you. Do it again one more time. I fucking dare you. You are unbelievably stupid. Unbelievably stupid. Because we quote you day after day after day after day, and we have since 2015. And you asked me to my face, the last thing I said to you, you said, how are you finding out everything we're doing before? I'll tell you who your real parents are if you'll tell me that. And I'm like, wow, I'm not 6 years old. I don't give a fuck. And I leaned into you and I said, go fuck yourself. So don't now say it's hogwash when you wanted to know then. And don't again ask, how did she find out about that? Call all over the place and find out who in law enforcement's helping her. Or is it aliens and shapeshifters? And you guys have bullshitted yourself so much you actually believe that. There's no such thing. There's no aliens. I don't believe aliens exist, much less that they landed in Roswell any more than my granddad did. But my granddad knew that a lot of people do believe that or are curious about it, and that the mystery alone would bring a lot of money into Roswell. He helped set up those museums. Doesn't mean he believed they exist. Neither one of us did. We think you're off your nut, weirdo. We think you're a bunch of wackadoos. Superpowers, for God's sake. I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you how God intervened on this one thing for sure. God intervened actually twice, because I don't know how to explain it to people that don't understand what you even said. When you got people who are, most of them are Christians working together and they praying together, things happen that you can't explain. One of those things would be that I just happened to turn out a different way because I saw your guy sitting at the end of the road and the brick did not hit me in the face. My guys could not, no person could get to me in time to stop that. And there were 2 things we didn't get a heads up on beforehand. Sometimes we get about 98% of it. One was lucky. 2, to this day, we have a hard time living with that we didn't get that. And the brick. So, but God intervened. It didn't hit me. It wasn't my day. I'm supposed to speak for victims. He chose that. God chose that. God assigned me speak for the victims. You're their voice. You're their only voice. So talk for them. Tell them the story I want told. And when Robertson and Perry try to murder you a time or 2 or 3, I'm going to make sure they can't do that because I need you to talk for the victims. They need to be heard. They need to be heard. That's your assignment while you're on the earth. Talk for them. They need to be heard. And the other thing is, I get home from jail when Charles had me arrested for doing what I'm required by law to do in the state of Oklahoma, and he knew that. somebody's threatening you with death and false arrest, you need a protective order. And he threatened me with that every day. All my texts and emails say that. There's nothing about passing a law in Texas that requires you to do that, does it? You for your job as a senator, you don't stalk a woman. That's not what you need to do to pass a law in Texas, right? Who said that? Lucky, Ty Buttram, Mike? Which one said that? I'm quoting one of them. You know how many times I've pulled up behind a woman's house and watched her in her backyard who is not my wife? Never, because it's weirdo and not what you do to pass a law in Texas. So, nor is murder in the first degree of a stalking victim. Femicides, 75% of femicide victims were stalked first. 75%. That's a lot of dead ladies that men failed. Good men failed to protect them from bad men. And that is not acceptable in a civilized society. If you call the cops, do you trust that they will be here and do their job for you? Detective Poole said. Yeah, no, I don't think they would. The reporter was like, I can't say that they would. How many times did Nicole Brown Simpkins call LAPD before she was murdered? Failure is not an option in my book. It's not. Failure is not an option. It's not an option. You can't do it. You want to fail, you want to give up, you're not allowed to. It's not an option. And if you sign up to be a policeman, then be a policeman and be a good one, or go home. Let someone else step in and do it, who can do it right. So, the defunding police said, that movement said, we're not tolerant of this anymore. We're just not. We're not tolerating it anymore. Okay, so you want me to go, well, I did say, I told you so. They used my Dasher app to have some cop pull me over, get me on his dash cam. I've been saying that for months, over and over and over and over and over, and keep me broke and make it where I can't pay my bills. They're doing it intentionally. How can we put pressure on her so she'll agree to be trafficked and I can get all my money from Larry and she can go get raped? Wow. So everything that you do is intending to put pressure on me to do something I said no to. I said no. And what happens is our guys kick your ass. Okay, so back to the story. I have a little bit of ADD, so sometimes I venture off to something else and I get distracted in my thoughts process and don't finish the story, or I have to come back to it later. Anyways, so forgive me, but that's just the way it is. It's actually a sign of people think that ADD is a mental disease or something. As somebody told me, no, it's actually a sign that you're highly intelligent and your brain is thinking faster than you can talk. It's not a big thing. It's it just you have to practice focusing and slow down a little bit and you're fine. But I'm not sure I disagree with that. I mean, I'm not a doctor to be able to say ADD is not a disease. It is a disorder. It is just a sign of a highly intelligent person who's thinking way ahead of everybody else or everything else or whatever. I'm not the doctor to be able to say that, but I just in my layman's perspective, I can't disagree. Okay, so anyways, the when they do this false arrest, I which had been threatened, I have emails and texts months before telling everybody he's threatening false arrest. And he knew I had to file a police report because I tried to get a protective order in May and it was denied in part because I forgot my police report. I brought the case number and Officer Lowry's name, but I forgot the report. So the judge denies it. So they knew I had to have that. I file it again. A police report 6 days later. Here we go, 6 days again. 7 days. By physical force prevented and delayed from reporting the crime committed. Detective Egan of TPD didn't call me until weeks later and said, I need to see your evidence. That's what her voicemail says. So, clearly she didn't have it. So what we've said, I you know, he knew that I had to do it. So they're all trying to make me look crazy. Oh, I'm not stalking her. She's just crazy. And I get back home, and I'm stressing one day, and I'm like, I gotta get out of my house, away from the phone where Charles keeps trying to talk to me and keeps threatening me and keeps harassing me. He'll just type right in my phone. Is it Beverly? Is it Al? Is it Oscar? Is it Bruce? Who are those people? Who the fuck are those people? I'm not told who leaks are. I don't know how many different times I need to repeat that for you. Even if I knew, I'd just as soon beat the hell out of you as look at you and spit in your face as look at you. I have zero desire to help you. You're trying to sell me to another person, so I'm raped every day and you get a bunch of money. So why in the fuck would I help you? The fact that you have the nerve to ask, you got a lot of people want to hit you, actually, for doing that to me. It gets us a lot of intel. Every time you have the nerve to ask me, of all people, for help. It's like, wow. Okay, so I'm walking along, and I'm just like, God, what am I supposed... These guys are trying to make me look crazy. And, I don't even... I don't even know what to think about this. What am I supposed to do with this? And I felt God's presence so strong at that moment, I literally almost went to my knees. And he was like, listen, I'm gonna cause him to fall in the pit he dug for you. Watch this. So a year and a half goes by, and I get my doctor gives me a clean bill of health, mental health, and she's being stalked. It's a stalking escalation, and she's afraid, as any reasonable, prudent individual would be in her situation. She gets sick and tired of Charles Perry butting into her business and interfering, and that's all normal. She's an honest, articulate, intelligent person. I'm not diagnosed with a mental illness. I'm not given any treatment for mental illness. So that was her. A year and a half is a long time to see somebody, and there's no mental illness pops up. I guess somebody said that today. So I'm like, great, thanks. There it is right there, God. Thank you. Because they asked for the shrink visits. That was court ordered. I didn't ask for that. That was court ordered and chosen by them. The shrink that said that was chosen by them. So I'm like, oh, thank you, God. And he's like, yeah, that's not it. The Huntington's disease is it. You got a mental illness. You got an official diagnosis of cuckoo bird. If you'd go crochet or something, then you might stay out of trouble. But I'll tell you what, you tried to slander me, and God himself thought that was not too cool. I chose her to be the voice of the victims, and you are interfering with my plan, and I'm God. And only God can make you or allow you to get a mental illness. You didn't get heart disease, you didn't get diabetes. You got a mental illness. And there's you falling in the pit you dug for me. And that is Psalm 35, I believe. Fight those who fight me, oppose those who oppose me, cause them to fall in the pit they dug for me. And then down towards the end of that chapter, but give great delight to those who came to my defense. Give great delight to David was going through the same damn thing. A crazy man after him, trying to kill him, because he was jealous. He was jealous and he was pathetic. And he was an okay guy until he decided not to listen to God, but he went and saw a witch. He went and saw a witch and had the witch conjure up Samuel. And boy, that made God angry at him. And he let him lose his mind. He lost his mind and literally went crazy. Because when you give up the truth of God for a lie, he will turn you over to a reprobate mind, and you'll go crazy. They gave up the truth of God. They exchanged, I'm trying to think of the right word in the Bible. They exchanged the truth of God for a lie. And so I gave them over to a reprobate mind. And they went cuckoo bird. Because you know what I asked them to do? Just believe me. Believe I am who I say I am, and I'll do what I say I will do. And They didn't want to do that. I'm the creator of these people. I'm the creator of the universe they live in. I control. If you read the last part of Job, it literally gives you chills. Because Job has lost everything he has. And he's going, what did I do wrong? And his friends are telling him, well, you had to have done something wrong. And he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. And he's arguing with them, and he's arguing with God. And God's like, I think you need to shut up. Who are you to question me? I control Leviathan. Were you here when the earth was formed? Did you speak the world into existence? Do you watch as this happens and that happens? And he's just going, God is just explaining his power and overwhelming Job with his power. And then kind of going, and who are you to question that? My power, my sovereignty, and my decisions. And Job was humbled and was like, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have. And he ends up getting double for his trouble. He got double back everything he lost. Mr. Perry, you have no place in my life at all. Where is Jacqueline, Jordan, and Matthew? Well, you rape me. You are raping me. Your voyeurism is violating me in the most unimaginable, vulgar way. I can't even describe it. I decide how you make me feel. I'll define how you make me feel. I don't like you. I moved 2 times. I went through a lot of trouble to move twice to get away from you. And to have no conflict with you, not have to deal with your problems, not have to deal with the stress you cause, not to have to deal with your drama and your stupidity. You said over and over and over that you can live with your choices, so live with them. Quit expecting everybody else to clean up your mess. You're a grown man. You're a lot older than me. You fix your own problems. And don't you dare even ask me again. And every time you do, you pay with intel. And they're going to use the intel to put you in jail. I don't care what bullshit story you tell yourself. Who are they? Where are they? Name one. Quote one. Oh yeah, you can't. We've quoted you every day for 9 years. So when I get a picture on a dash cam or somebody's doorbell camera, and you want to take that into court to claim you're not stalking me, you're not trying to pressure me, you're not trying to coerce me, you're not trying to harass me, you're not trying to intimidate me. We don't even know what to say to that. You go check the docket, okay? I couldn't care less what the docket says. What I do know is that when we sent you an email that quoted you or someone talking about you, the goal was you put it on the docket. Okay? Because we need everything that we can get so you're convicted, and we don't want anything suppressed. So once it's public record, it's going to be very difficult for you to get it suppressed. But I'd like to see you try. I'd like to see how much money that's going to cost you. All you had to do is leave me alone. Leaving somebody alone costs no money and no time. And why aren't you in Lubbock, seeing your constituents, working? Everybody wants to know that. Why is he always in Oklahoma harassing Cynthia? If he wants to be an elected official, go work. Go to Lubbock and do what you're supposed to be doing. Instead of being in Oklahoma doing what you're not supposed to be doing and expecting people to lie for you, we're not lying for you this time. We've said that over and over and over and over. And what we're looking forward to, Beverly, is when Mr. Perry's in jail and no one has to repeat themselves anymore. No more repeat. In my life, I've never had to repeat myself this much. Not even with my children when they were little. Did I have to repeat myself this much? One time. Ought to do it. And if you're so stupid, it takes more than once. I don't know that you can run for governor. I don't think you're smart enough. I'm not told who leaks are. Wouldn't help you if I did know. You know what the guy said? We told him in March 2020, you need to get out of her privacy. You need to stop contacting her and her family. And she'd better not be broke. Stop stealing her money. And if you continue to do it anyway, we're going to fuck you up. That's what we do. We fuck up criminals. We're happy to do it. And you asked for it. You asked for it. All of that is illegal, by the way. You need to mind your own business, Connie. Mind your own fucking business. Go to Lubbock and do what you're supposed to do. And stop coming to Oklahoma doing stuff you're not supposed to do. And, somebody in Sapulpa said, I'm sick and tired. I'm quoting somebody. I'm sick and tired of Charles Perry shitting himself and expecting me to wipe his ass like he's some infant. He's a grown-ass man. He can wipe his own ass next time he does that. I'm not going to help him anymore. You have worn everybody's patience in Oklahoma very, very, very thin. And you've been told to stop it. You control yourself. And go home to your family and get busy doing stuff you're supposed to be doing. Instead of in a state where you don't live and were never invited. Doing shit you're not supposed to do. Causing one problem after another problem after stressing everybody out on both sides. Get a fucking life. Get a fucking life. You are pathetic. And you embarrass me. You embarrass the hell out of me. I wouldn't walk in a room with you for millions. If you get anywhere near me, I will never go where you are. But if you come where I am, I swear to God, I'd just as soon kick the ever-living shit out of you and spit in your face as look at you. And you need to understand, that is how strongly I feel. And how much you disgust me. You sound like this guy. How does it feel to have a camera in your face? And you got doorbell cameras. Well, we did say, we've been telling that you hacked my Dasher app. Got around an algorithm that chooses drivers randomly. And you got your buddy to get me on his doorbell camera so you can take it into court and go, look, I'm not stalking her. She's just working, just doing her job in Tulsa, where I don't even live. I got pictures of her. If I'm an elected official or anybody and I got accusations of being a stalker, I'm going to stay the fuck away from, as far as I can, away from the person accusing me. So there's absolutely no appearance of that at all. What does Dumb Perry do? Goes to Oklahoma and they can't get him to leave. Gets pictures of her everywhere she goes. Got a Pinto guy soliciting prostitution. Has somebody ram into her car 4 fucking times. Can't stop every day. Please take her car. That'll pressure her enough to where she'll go be raped and I get my money. You stand to make a profit, personally, off of the sale of a person, which is illegal activity. And what are you going to do with all that money to launder it? Huh? Tell us now, Mr. Perry. We already know you sold me. We know who you sold me to. And you're waiting to try to force me or pressure me into being delivered to Larry, your Houston realtor buyer, so you can get the money and then do what with it? You got a list of people you're supposed to pay. We have reason to believe my ex-husband's on that list, and maybe my son too. Are they? 25 grand? Is that what you promised? And what are they going to do? Launder that money? How you guys launder this so-called money you intend to make a personal profit off of my rape? Beverly, you going to get some too? I mean, who the fuck even are you, Beverly? I've never met you, and you know my shoes? Do you know how creepy that is? That is fucking creepy. It's bothersome. It gives everybody the heebie-jeebies. That there are people I've never met that know that much about me, what shoes I have on. You give everybody the heebie-jeebies, Charles. That's why we get the help with information you get told on. And nobody answers your questions. I'm going to tell you something about your fucking questions. You have an attorney that you pay $500 an hour? So ask him. I'm broke. I'm not going to help you. The guy said, if you give back what you took and you get the hell out of her life, we'll call you. But nothing's going to happen until you do that. And we'll ask the judge for mercy. He doesn't have to give it to you, though. You need to understand he does not have to give you mercy. I think you've got him pretty pissed off. The one that signs investigatory orders, pretty fucking pissed off. You continue to create evidence of probable cause. So any orders that need to be rewritten or renewed or expanded in some way, it's not hard. You chose that. You live with your choices. Nobody owes you shit. Stop acting like an entitled, spoiled, rotten little brat. Get some class and get some fucking dignity. So you sound just like him. How's it feel to have a camera in your face? He doesn't even get it. Fucking misses her point completely. You want me to go get the pictures of you? You want me to go get the pictures of you? Oh my god. I'm gonna get you. Perry tells me the same thing. I'm gonna get you. Wow, for 10 years, the only thing you've gotten is told on. For 10 years. Every day, all day long. This hasn't happened once or twice. It hasn't happened for a day or a week or a month or a year. It's every day, all day long, for 10 years. And it started with the McNamara email, and then it slowly has increased as your leaks have increased, as more people you piss off, to where it's like 20 a day. And now I'm like, I'm done typing up every little thing they say. If it's very crucial or very important, I'll type it up. Sometimes we do, like tonight, I drove right in front of that cop. I did that on purpose, because we did tell you. We did say, you're getting that information illegally. Why is he even there? Why is he sitting there? Why do you want a picture of me on a TPD dash cam, Calvin? Charles, what is wrong with you that you continue to keep trying to contact me? He'll type in my other phone. So I've gotten more and more dismissive, where I'm just not dignifying it with a response. It gets us more intel every time he does that, and he seems not to understand what those words mean. You can tell he's got impaired cognitive reasoning, big time. You can't miss it. And the fact that I have to repeat the same thing for him every day, first of all, why are you asking me, of all people, for help? Why? Who the fuck does that? And it's worse that your expectations are that you might get help. And you're asking me questions I've already told you I don't have the answer, and I wouldn't help you if I did. But you know what? When you contact me, we get more intel. Is that what you want? We've said that every day for years, and he continues to ask me that same question. Is it this person? Is it that person? Like, he actually thinks I would help him. He starts telling me what he thinks. Did I ask you what you think? I don't think I did. I think I made it clear I don't care what you think. I think everybody's extremely sick and extremely tired of hearing your name, is what I hear. I don't even want to hear that bitch's name.
I am so much happier now that I'm dead. I am so much happier now that I'm dead.
I think we're
I
all...
don't. Stop stalking me, please.
I think we're all tired of hearing Charles Perry's name. And for sure, Charles just needs this and Charles just wants that. And the one guy said, I swear to God, if I have to hear it one more time, I'll hit him myself. Every time, when it's him on the phone, I cringe. Oh, brother, what now? What the fuck now? So, you've worn out your welcome. I didn't invite you here. I didn't introduce you to my family. I told you to stay the fuck away from my family, didn't I? I would have never taken you around my family. I did move 2 times to never have to hear what you think again. And to have no conflict with you, no drama. And all you've done is follow me around and make big, huge problems and piss everybody off and need more of a cover-up and not have one than ever before in your life. How many times were you caught before you did the crime to me? How many times after? The only thing you're getting is told on. That's it. And when it goes on like that for 10 years, if you can't spot that pattern, you're really severely mentally impaired. Severely. Because most people, after they've been caught the second time, start realizing maybe they ought to quit doing that. Not you. Let's do it more. Let's do it more. Who's telling on me? Let's do it more. Oh my God. It's so easy, it's not even fair. Literally. So easy, it's not fair. He's just like harassing women like this.
I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
And here's what everybody else the normal people. You got your cloud of weirdos, your little club of weirdo, and outside of that is everybody else who thinks like this.
Don't go. The cops. Stop. That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is big.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
What you want?
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is big.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
What you want?
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman's giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is big.
That's okay. I don't.
Did we repeat that enough for you? So, one of the guys who asked to pull me over, it's been several years ago, said if he were doing this to her in a bar, the bouncer would kick his ass out. So why are we putting up with it? So you don't have all cops support. I don't care what you think. I don't care what bullshit story you tell yourself. We get the information, you get told on. Every day for 9 years. You gotta look at results. We read results, we make adjustments depending, and sometimes we type up what you said. Sometimes I just change my plans. Sometimes we let you do what you want to do, so we can say, well, we did say, we told you so. You present that dash cam video to prove what? You're stalking me? That you hacked my dash rat? And that you had me drive that way so that he could get me on his dash cam? We did say. That's illegal. You get out of my fucking phone, Calvin. Get out of my wallet, Calvin. I know who you are. I don't want to make you shit yourself. If you weren't stupid, it would. I don't know you. I've not done a damn thing to you at all. So why are you trying to attack me? I'm a woman. And all you guys using women to make money, they're making your money. They are making the money. You're not doing shit. You're pathetic that you gotta use women to make money. That you can't just get out and work and make money on your own. You gotta use women. You got some sort of mommy issue. Mommy hurt your feelings when you were a little kid. And now you're just gonna, you have a seething hatred towards women. And you've turned into some sort of deviant, sex deviant. You make everybody want to throw up. We get the help with information. That's the results. You get told on. That's your results. And no one cares about you. Everybody's sick and tired of you, Charles. Alright, this is the false arrest documents. This is the call from the detective at TPD. I'm already sitting in jail for filing a false police report in retaliation for Mr. Perry doing his job as a public servant. Stalking me in Oklahoma, where I have now moved twice. I went to a lot of trouble to move twice and completely changed my life to get as far away from you as I could possibly get and have no further dealings with you. Never again have to hear what you think or what you feel or what you want. You make everybody want to slap the fuck out of you with that. Shut up. You pathetic. Just shut up. People are cringing when you call. Everybody's sick of you. Why can't you get that? This is the call requesting evidence. She didn't even have it. You can't determine whether a police report is false or true if you don't have any evidence. You haven't collected it yet. You gotta properly collect it. TPD, you got a problem with evidence and Brady violations and all that stuff? Here's the thing. You got cops now saying, you're gonna call the cops? Do you trust that they would show up and do their job for you? No. We have a defunding police. Everybody wants to get rid of police. Nobody trusts police. That's your fault. You're the only one that can fix it. And it doesn't work if you're attacking a woman who's a victim of stalking, who's a victim in your jurisdiction. You gotta have cops from somewhere else help me. You gotta have, human trafficking, attempted murder, witness tampering, perjury. I mean, that's just the first top 5. This right here is attempted murder. Are you guys giving me arsenic? I'm getting sick after I'm drinking drinks at work. Yeah, we are. This was in October 29, 2015. And it says he's trying to do a false arrest. Okay? The event that happened that I reported happened on the 16th of January. I reported on the 21st in compliance with the motherfucking law, Mr. Powell. Look at the last sentence. You must file a complaint against the stalker with law enforcement. You don't have a choice. It is the law. And you knew that. See, I had this one that was denied because I forgot the fucking police report. So you guys all knew that. What are you paying $500 an hour to an attorney for? What's that? 29th. A couple days later. They didn't call me back until the 15th. We need your evidence. Okay, so, and then we have the bond conditions that said Charles Perry will leave her alone. He admitted guilt and agreed to stop. In a court of law, when he's talking, there's no way his name would be end up in here saying, you will leave her alone. No more contact. What part of no do you not understand? Are you that mentally slow that you don't even know what the word no means? Don't. Stop. Stop. Don't do that. I said no. And that's what I fucking mean. You're seeing things you've not seen before. You're getting told on. We are getting information. Look at your results, dum-dum. People are sick of y'all, all of you. And nobody owes you shit. You're not entitled to fuck. And nobody gives a fuck who you think you are. Right now, everybody just wants you to shut up and go away. Do you understand? Look at your results. Look at ours. Name one of my guys, quote one meeting, state one of our code words. Oh my God, you can't. But we can, you. Betancourt, Sonjay, Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Beverly, Andrew, Lawrence, James, Ruben, Bruce, Greg, Tim, Larry, Oscar, Richard, and Dickie. Who's Monique? Where is she today? Why are you always in Oklahoma? Why don't you go home to your family and get busy doing what you're supposed to be doing? And then there was the dismissal, and they just tried to reopen this. We're like, oh my God, wow, okay. So when I'm in jail, Mr. Perry, there's so much power behind me, these guys have, that they actually got this to me in jail. Oscar, Mr. Betancourt, they got that to me in jail. Did anybody ask you what you think? No, no one cares. Right now, all that matters is the victims of your crime. No one else. Tonight, the guy is telling, I guess the cop that got dashcammed me, I don't know who he was telling. You know that Euron Vandersloot guy who killed Natalie Holloway? Yeah. He just confessed? Yeah, to something he probably didn't do. Charles has that woman. She's still alive at the compound in Houston. They bought a lie. Another one. And so Charles loves to do things to look guilty, to prove her right. And despite the fact everybody keeps telling him, please stop trying to communicate with her, and please stop doing things that make you look guilty and her look right. And he's such a dum-dum, and he can't control himself, so he just continues. And then he expects everybody else to cover it up for him and fix it for him, and we can't. It's at a point nobody can. But she found out about it. Her people have not confirmed that yet, or so they say. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I'm not going to comment. It's really none of your business. Okay, so we have this. Fabian was the man that I told a friend of mine I wanted to see what he was like and date him. He was my manager at Jaguars. It's very easy to go dance in another club because you can't really date your manager. Could have gone dance in any other club in that town. There's a bunch of them. His name intersects with the word hope. These words are not just on the same page or in the same book. They're just right there together. These two words intersect. Me depicts Charles Perry's selfish little butt-in, always a wannabe, never wanted. Boo, the fear, sadness, it causes fear and sadness, and everybody's sick of that kind of stress. We get the help with information you get told on. Because nobody likes how you make everybody feel. Nobody likes that. So, I didn't get this at some random time in my life. I got this in jail. Yeah, fuck you. Okay, these are the texts that I sent to Fabian about my conversation with David Robertson. Now, how did David Robertson know about Fabian? And details of conversations between Charles and Fabian. Conversations that never should have happened. You're a married man. You promised Jacqueline to love and honor and cherish her until death do you part. So go love and cherish and honor your wife and quit disrespecting her. I'm not even interested in you. I want nothing to do with you. You disgust me. I'm repulsed by you. I don't find you one bit attractive. I think you're a monster. I think you're a rabid dog that needs to be put down. And that's a metaphor, Matt. Nobody's going to hurt Mr. Perry unless he comes where I am. And then I'll kick the shit out of him. You can expect it. So, that's the day that he came in. I didn't do this after the fact to cover something up. I did it the very night that Robertson came in and said, here's the deal, with Fabian. I'm like, wow, how do you know? I just met you. I don't know you from Adam. So how do you know so much about my life, you creepster? Giving everybody the heebie-jeebies is what you do. I'm telling everybody here. On January 4, 2016. No, I think that was to Robertson. I was trying to make him think I wasn't going to do a PO. The event hadn't happened yet that I actually reported. But at this point, they were doing enough to me. I was getting sick. Then I'm thinking, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to file another police report and try this again. But I'm not doing it as a Palpa. I'll go to Tulsa. Maybe they're more professional in Tulsa. Boy, was I wrong. Alright, so, here's the thing though. My guy said in March 2020, when you do the crime to her, it's different. Like nobody else. And you should have known that when you saw that. That's a McNamara email, and when you saw that. Because how did I get this? That's a lot of specifics and a lot of details on your plan. You changed some of it because I sent it to my ex-husband, because you were going to get my son wrapped up in that too, weren't you? Yeah, and you got caught. You got caught before you did it. It's different when you do it to me. But it's the same every time you do it. We quote you every day. All day long. That ought to make you shit yourself, and you're too stupid, aren't you? Alright, so we got the car thing. It's not legal, but I'm going to have our car towed and sold. Because we believe if we take the car away from her, then that'll put enough pressure on her to go be trafficked and lie for me. I've got an affidavit. I typed it up. It's a lie. But it recants everything she said for the past 10 years. I'm going to make her sign it. Dadgummit, either false arrest again, and I can sit her down in a room, and we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to tell her, here's what you're going to do. You're going to sign this. Because I need you to, and I want you to. And I'm going to tell you, here, give it to me. And I'm going to write the words, fuck you on it, and walk out. You can count on it. Take it to Vegas and bet on it. That's exactly what I would do if you forced me like that. Or anyway. I'm not going to lie for you. No one owes you a lie. You're not entitled. You're stomping all over the rights of other people, and you're getting your ass kicked this time, dum-dum. Are you too stupid to recognize you're getting your ass kicked this time? It's different. You better wake up. You got everybody very irritated with you. Wake up. That's all the shit they did to my car. There's a bunch of podcasts in there, I guess. We got one, we got to get her back to Texas where we can control her and do more to her. That's what this one says, isn't it? No, that's not the right one. That's what Lucky was complaining about. You asking him to pull me over. Yeah, we got real crime to solve. Is that why you're murdering? Okay. We got a man here accused of beating someone to death so hard, back and forth, that he died of internal decapitation. The ME said it was like he was in a car crash. He got hit back and forth and back and forth so hard his skull came detached from the rest of his body. And he died of internal decapitation, blunt force trauma to the head, and strangulation. This guy was found on top of him, in respiratory distress, unconscious, and dying of opioid overdose. Not a mark on him. And now he's doing jail time for doing that murder. How? How did he do it? Talk about superpower. Not a mark on him. Do his hands look like he beat somebody hard? So hard it was like he was in a car crash? No, they don't. His hands would be bloody, bruised, broken fingers. This right here, he's got a IV in his hand. So the only injury listed in the arrest report, I read the whole docket. You, TPD, if you haven't, you're just fail. I don't have any respect for you. He's a policeman. He's injured in the line of duty. He's down a knee and he's in need of an assist and you just left him. I don't have any words for you. I don't have respect for you. We don't call you. Okay, so the arrest report says he's got a red swollen right hand and nothing else. After having beat someone so hard, back and forth, they died. Red swollen right hand has an IV in it. That's going to cause it to be red swollen, dummy. Stupid fucking... I don't have any patience for dumb cops. I tell them in March 2020, he died of... He didn't do it. He was drugged. They didn't take depositions till May. I said it in March. How did that happen? How did I know before? How did I know before, Charles? We get the information. That's our results. A man's kindness brings blessings. Cruelty will be his downfall. You get told on. People hate you guys. All of you. Fucking hate you. They're sick of y'all and your crime. People don't like crime. Look at that. I don't care what you want. I want. It's about me. Me. No, not this time. It's not. Things are different. You're seeing things you've not seen before. It's different this time. You get told on because everybody wants you gone. They just want you gone. We get the help with information. You get told on. Everybody just wants you gone. You're causing too much stress for everybody else. We get the help with information. You get told on because everybody's sick and tired of dealing with that stress, Charles. I don't like you. Everybody's tired of you trying to pressure me into doing something I'm not going to do. You get anywhere near me, I'll kick the fuck out of you and not think twice about it. Listen, the reason things are like they are is because I'm the way I am and because I'm working with people who are the way they are. And what is that in the book of Esther? Who knows that you weren't called for such a time as this? You either answer your calling or you don't. And if you don't, God will bring it to you over and over and over and over until you get it right. So if you're at TPD now and you believe in God even a little bit and you know that you were called to relieve suffering caused by crime, this is going to come before you over and over until you get it right. It's called discipline. Like you discipline your kids, God is a disciplinarian too. He's like the perfect father. So I was listening to a podcast with Oprah, and she's not super Christian by any stretch of the imagination. And she said, life or God will bring you something your lesson. It will whisper it in your ear. And if you don't get it, it's going to show up in a suit and a tie. And it's going to keep showing up until you get the lesson. Your calling, if you're a cop, is to relieve suffering caused by crime. That's your calling. If you can't do it, please step aside and let someone get in there who can. And stop taking our money, taxpayer money. You don't deserve it. If you want to go be the bitch of a sex weirdo, and that's the best you can do in your career in law enforcement, go be the bitch of a sex weirdo. I hear Charles pays very well. I hear he pays very well. So go work for him and quit taking our money. Because when we call the cops, we want to know that they're going to show up and do their job for us. Not harass victims, women. Victims of domestic violence. And try to intimidate and coerce into being trafficked, of all things. People are sick of corruption. The defunding police movement should have showed you that. Women are sick of being abused by men. Me Too movement should have showed you that. You're not bigger than Roger Ailes. You're not bigger than Bill Clinton. So get off your high horse. We're getting help with information you are getting told on. That is the results of what you've done, and that's the results of what we've done. Alright, so they actually tried to get me with a DEA situation. Calvin's running around telling everybody how he can make it where I don't make any money, and make it where my driver's license is fucked. They've been trying to get my driver's license forever. You know how I know that? Police recordings. Yeah, I don't go on stage right now because I have an injury, but the other reason is the guy said even if your injury gets good enough for you to go on stage, don't go on stage. They want to distract you with people up at the front. You got your purse in the back, they're going to have somebody get your driver's license out of it. That's what traffickers do. And they get passports made and stuff. So, Mr. Perry, every time you contact me, we find out about stuff like that. Like you want my driver's license and you had a passport made with forged documents, right? That's illegal. Please be as embarrassed as everybody else is. Please look at your results, dum-dum. And get a special needs teacher to help you understand what it means. That you get told on, we get the help with information. We think you have no idea what I'm even saying. About half the time, we think you have no idea what anybody says. You're not understanding what people say. That your disease has taken over your brain and you can't understand what people are saying. Literally can't do it. We've heard people complain. I'm talking to the guy, he gets a glazed look in his eye, like he has no idea what you just said. It's very frustrating to have to deal with that. Yeah. Okay, so that's... So what it was is she as you can see here, they ordered Tylenol. So I got a picture of my driver's license taken. My guys are like, he's trying to listen to what he's saying. He's going to do with that. So that's what he said he was going to do with that. I'll make sure where she can't even buy cigarettes. I'm going to make it where she can't make any money. Duly noted for the record, Calvin, you're going to have to deal with my guys on that. Okay? You threatened a woman. You feel tough when you threaten women? I mean, what the hell's wrong? I don't know you. I've not done a thing to you. Nothing. But you know how we found out? Don't invade her privacy, our guy said. Don't contact her. You'll pay with intel. You would do every time Charles contacts me, you pay with intel. He is not to contact me. Sometimes I'm like, God, these guys are fucking raping me in my own house. I pray they stop. And if they stop, show mercy. If not, I pray they go blind. You caused Charles to get Huntington's disease. Cause him to go blind. I'm sick of being raped. Get out of my privacy. Every time you contact me, every day that I'm raped in my house, every problem you create for me or cause for me, every day that I'm broke, because you make me broke, and Calvin can't tell enough people how he can make me broke. For Charles. Don't know the guy from Adam. Then we always get more. And we get the information and you get told on. And I have your names. You don't have even one of my guys' names. They won't call you. You're not worth the time. And my guy's like, I'm not calling Charles Perry to repeat myself. I'm busy getting intel to put him in jail. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put he has a choice. You do it or I'll do it. That's your only choice. So it looks like he's gonna make me do it. Well, I gotta have evidence for court so that I can put him in jail and that's it. He can't bother you again. Not you and not anybody. Because that's all he's done in his life is bother people. What a pathetic existence. I don't even know what to say to that. So, we've documented that, Calvin. You're just as bad. We got this one. Take her car, and that'll put her enough pressure and stress on her that she'll finally go be trafficked and raped every day. I'm like, I think I'd rather eat out of the dumpster. I think I'd rather suck on a rotten chicken than suck on all the, all the you-know-what's on. There's no way. You don't know me at all. If you think it's always, every day that what can we do to cause pressure so she'll go be trafficked? Every day you talk about it, don't you? Have you told the governor? We understand the governor's been a part of these conversations. What have you told him? What does he know? You think the guys don't, they don't care who you think you are. They don't care. There's people hurting. There's children being hurt. Their job is to stop the hurting. Doesn't matter who you are. If Bill Clinton couldn't get away with it, if Anthony Weiner couldn't get away with it, if Roger Ailes couldn't get away with it, what in the fuck makes you think you can? Podunk nobody. You can't. If you get the help with the information, you get told on. That's the result. Every day for 10 years. He's probably getting close to arrest. So we document all that. There's the pullovers again. And the attack of my car. Yeah, you don't have any business being up here. You're getting on everybody's last nerve. I promise. What is this one about? Besides that. Yeah, I think everybody's just like good riddance. He's stressing everybody out, both sides. And I think everybody's tired of living with that kind of stress. So I think that people are helping and people are leaking, and then it's good riddance. Now we don't have to deal with you anymore. Because we're all tired of dealing with you. You weren't invited here. All you had to do is leave me the fuck alone. Every time you contact me, it pisses me off because I don't want to hear it. I really don't. So we got that. Oh, they had a big long conversation about the psychiatry and if she's crazy, is she competent to stand trial? Because if we false arrest her again, she can testify and we're fucked. She'll say the same thing she said in all these podcasts. Where she kind of goes through it a little, details and it's clear and oh shit. Why is he in Oklahoma if he's not stalking? Because most people, common sense would tell you if you're accused of stalking, stay the hell away from the accuser. Not him, he goes to Oklahoma and won't leave. Whole different state. It's not like they're running into each other accidentally at the neighborhood grocery. He's driving all the way to another state and they can't get him to leave. And he didn't, inserting himself into her life. And telling her friends and family, oh yeah, we were together last night and she said this and she said that. And we weren't together. He's a voyeur. That's how he knows. And it's sick and it's twisted. And he's caught because he did it to me. Why is it different when you do it to me? Yeah, you don't know, do you? So that's what this whole thing is about. This big long, I don't think we can make that lie work. Can we just make that lie work? Probably not. According to this person's like, I don't see how. I really don't see how. And then they got the bond conditions, and there's too many dates before and after dates, and all that. And too many I told you so's, and I did say, and I don't see how that's going to work. Maybe we can figure out a way to make the lie work. So how many times were the cops called before she ends up with her throat slashed? Bunch. Mark Furman was one of them that was called. He didn't do enough, clearly. He didn't save her life, did he? No. That's his job, though. Alright, so we have this blog that documents all the different things that have come up as they come up. We don't wait. We document it as it happens. So it's not an afterthought to explain something away. We have this perjury page and stuff. That's on the second, the false arrest and Officer Neely's false arrest and wrongful conviction. We've got the human trafficking page here. And the compound stuff they used, so much, you know what got us that was they messed with my school. So they're paying for that now. We got Manfred Police Officer Michael Neely's case, all chapter and verse and Sherlocked out here on this page. We've got Dr. Russell that I was just talking about. There's Chief Miller's murder, how we went through the whole case and showed that it was not possible for Mike to have done that. So who did? Probably the people who vandalized my car 6 days before they took that police report. 6 days before the murder. We got Dr. Russell here saying, yeah, she's not crazy. She's talking about that being a stalking escalation. Charles couldn't get attention any other way. It doesn't matter. There's her letter where she says she's articulate and honest, and after seeing me for a year and a half, and she's scared of Charles, as any reasonable, prudent individual would be, and she's sick and tired of him butting into her life. He needs to stay out of it. If you want to avoid the appearance of being accused of stalking, you don't go where the accuser is and refuse to leave. You get your fucking ass busy with your family, and you go home and get busy doing things you're supposed to be doing. Stupid. I can't stand that kind of. I don't have any patience for it. Here is, I believe on here you can even hear Detective Egan's actual recording where she's asking for the evidence. I'm trying to see if I have it on here somewhere. I know we've got it on the VHO site. Okay, we also have Pinto soliciting prostitution on this page here, and we've got the disclaimer here. Okay, on the disclaimer page we have 2 other videos. This is about how stalkers use technology to stalk, like hacking your phone or cloning your phone. This is what police are supposed to do when they get a stalking complaint. It's not handed over to the offender and violate confidentiality of the victim. It's not harass the victim with pullovers and dashcam videos and, we hacked her while she's dashing, so we had our buddy at XYZ place call in an order. He's gonna get her on the doorbell camera, you get her on your dash cam. And you did that. You've done it a lot. We've already said it. He did it anyway. So we're like, let's just let him do it. And then we'll be like, yeah, well, we did say, we told him so. Alright. Hang on a second. Here's the video of the audio of my deposition for my Neely right here. Yeah. And I explained what I did. That was a sting-off, actually. Okay, so, hang on. Okay, so if you scroll down to right here, this will take you to the VO page, and I believe it has TPD's call. Yeah, okay. So we got all this right here.
The Tulsa Police. Cynthia, I'm looking at the report that you made on harassment and stalking, and need to speak with you concerning the report. Need to get some more details, and probably need to look at your phone for the text messages if you're wanting to pursue this. You can reach me at 918-596-2824, and just give me a call, and we'll set up a date and time for me to talk with you. Again, my number is 918-596-2824.
I was already in jail. She couldn't even get it. She couldn't reach me because I'm in jail for filing a false police report. In retaliation for a pathetic nobody who didn't matter to me at all, politically or otherwise, saying that it's his job to stalk. That you have to stalk a woman in a whole other state who's moved to the other state to get away from you to pass laws in Texas. He's that nutty. He's that mentally ill. So there's the actual recording. There's a lot of stuff on here, a lot of other recordings on this page. Anybody can look at it. So there's that. But all weekend, they still having meetings and what can we do to pressure her into being trafficked so we can make a butt ton of money while she gets raped. And my answer to you has always been and always will be, fuck you. It amazes me when they record you guys all sitting around going, what do you think she'll do? You think she'll change her mind? What do you think she'll do? I wish I knew what she was going to do. And we just shake our heads and go, wow, what planet are they on? Wow, how can anybody be that dumb? Wow, how embarrassing for them. We're getting the help with information you're getting told on. We know you said that. So we're at a loss as to what kind of people are that slow mentally. They can't read their results. They can't read our results. We read your results, believe me. What are you getting out of doing what you're doing? What are we getting out of doing what we're doing? Our goal is to put a stop to your crime so that people don't hurt anymore. What is your goal? To get caught? It looks to me like it is. You've done nothing else all day for 10 years but get caught. Is that your objective? I mean, it's so easy it's not fair. That to me is the face of law enforcement. That's my granddad. That police department has his name on the front door of the police department where he served as chief to this day. He was honorable. A whole wall. He had something similar happen to him. He was smeared in the news. He ended up resigning, and he went on to do some other things. He wasn't happy about it, but he did it. And he never apologized to the guy who smeared him. And he was a city councilman. To this day, nobody knows who that guy was, but they know who my granddad was. Yeah, that's what happens when you do the right thing. I'm not a rapist. You violate women, so you're a rapist. And I couldn't agree more. That's from the TV show The Fall. He's a serial killer. And guess who caught him? A woman. A female detective caught him. Look at that. Every society gets the kind of criminal it deserves. And what is equally true, every community gets the kind of law enforcement it insists on. This was part of that movie about Russell Poole. It's called City of Lies. It's got Johnny Depp. It's a very good movie. I highly recommend it. I bought it. I've already watched it like over and over. I mean, it's just... it does something to me, to my heart in a lot of ways, because it makes me very happy to see a police officer who did what Russell Poole did, and to represent law enforcement with that kind of honor, even though he wasn't easy. He did his best to try to help relieve suffering caused by crime, and he was very frustrated with the corruption in his police department, and he died trying, literally died trying to bring justice for Chris Wallace. And this is my granddad's quote here at the bottom, and that's what cops are supposed to do. So imagine my feeling when I got a cop following me around, or parked on the side of the road trying to get me on a dash cam, and I can hear them all talking about it. My guys are going, listen to this. My guys call me, go, listen to this. And I'm like, there's your bogey right there on the right. There's your bogey right there on the left. And they're like, son of a bitch. So when people scream and yell, defund police, you had that coming. You asked for it. You failed the citizens that you're supposed to serve. Power is in service, my granddad taught me. Power is in service. You're serving other people. Doing for others what you would want someone to do for you if you were in the same situation. And so we all pray every day. Fight those who fight us. Oppose those who oppose us. Cause them to fall in the pit they dug for us. In Psalm 91, I have given my angels charge over you. You will not even hurt your foot on a stone. You will trample on lions and cobras. You will crush fierce lions and slay dragons. And your enemies are beneath your feet. And when you call upon me in your day of trouble, I will hear you from heaven and deliver you. So I did not die, because I'm supposed to speak for victims. And if you get in the way of God, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living God. He allowed you to get Huntington's disease. Not a heart disease, not diabetes, not cancer. A mental illness. He allowed you to fall in the pit you dug for me. Because you didn't believe him. You didn't believe he is who he says he is, and he will do what he says he will do. And you didn't do right by your wife and your kids, and you haven't done right by anybody for a long time. And nobody owes you a cover-up. That's between you and God. No one, when you stand before God, no one's going to be there to fix it for you. That's your problem. You can live with your choices, right? Didn't you say you could? Okay, so then do.
Please, I can't live here anymore. Please stop me. That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore. Please stop me. That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey man, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have...
Are we repeating ourselves enough for you yet? For you to get it? We get the information, you get told on. How many times we gotta say that for that to click for you?
the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave